What is going on, everybody? This is Gabriel Jones giving you a drop of sun any chance I get. And today we're going to be doing something that we haven't done in weeks. We're going to be doing an album reaction today, specifically to Ella Henderson's new record, Everything I Didn't Say. Ella Henderson is a singer that I'm actually very glad that I got more into. She first became a sensation in the UK after a massively successful audition on The X Factor, where she first appeared on the show when she was only at the age of 16, and she auditioned with her own original song. I swear, that audition video is all sorts of cute, like, really touches my heart. But from what I looked up, she only came in 6th place, even though she was like a huge crowd favorite. And from the looks of it, people were not very thrilled that she got voted off very soon. Luckily, that didn't stop her from scoring a record deal and releasing her very successful debut album, Chapter 1. That album I actually had a lot of fun listening to. It really had a lot of pop and soul and R&B sort of meshing with each other, and it gave Ella the opportunity to really flex those vocals. It featured the hit single Ghost, which is really the only hit song of hers that's crossed over into America, and it finished at number 93 on the year-end Hot 100. After that, Ella took a long, extended break from producing new music, 7 years to be exact. Aside from a 4-song EP, she really wasn't working on any big projects. But alas, she has a very new album, fresh off the pages, and I'm here to give it some listening. But first, I wanted to give a shout out to Night Browser for correctly guessing my Walker Hayes reaction from many weeks back, so props to you for that. I also want to give a shout out to Jess and Zena of Trans Girl Therapist, who are currently supporting me on Patreon, which you guys can do yourselves. The link is going to be on screen. Thank you so much for supporting me. I thank you immensely, and I hope you enjoyed today's video. And now, let's see what Ella has in store. Track number 1, Emotions. I like this pairing of electric guitar with acoustic guitar. Really capturing just how high pressure her body is right now. Yeah, I hate overthinking too, Ella. It's a fucking nightmare. The drum just comes right in, baby. Just hits you right hard. I like how she holds that vocal right there. It's pretty nice. I like that, you know, she's sort of thinking about where she wants to be, and she's pretty confident in that regard. I kind of like the backing vocals on this bridge. They're pretty nice. Ooh! Just lets it fly up that way. Okay, so that was Emotions, and yeah, I think that's a pretty nice song to start off with. It really captures what she wants to say with this album, about how she's dealing with a lot of anxious feelings inside of her, and sometimes they're very hard to control, and she just wants to break free of them because she feels like they're holding her back. I can definitely relate to that, and certainly there's probably a lot of listeners who can relate to that as well. Instrumentation is pretty fine. It's very breezy in its production. I sort of like how they play with the guitars, and the beat is pretty fine, so... But yeah, it's just a pretty fine track so far. Track number 2, What About Us? Low register voice so far in this track. Pretty nice. Just so good at singing, like, holy shit. I kind of like that. It's like, you're thinking about you, but what about us? It's a good line. Ooh, those horns. Damn, that's a real earworm right there. Let him loose, Ella, let him loose. Gotta also comment on the groove of this song. It has a nice little tempo. Okay, so that was What About Us, and I sort of liked that one a little bit. This one had a lot more R&B elements to it, I believe, which has kind of been a part of Ella's image, at least they were at the start. It has a nice little groove to it, and again, I really like the sort of like breezy atmosphere that it's channeling. This one is pretty straightforward. It's just her singing about how she's disappointed in her ex and how she feels like he needed to think more about them, and how he seems to have become a lot more selfish as time went on, and now she just feels like she has to like stand on her own, which she has done successfully. This one is like a really straightforward one, but I do like the production a little bit more than the first track, so I think it actually is very serviceable. Track number 3, Ugly. I don't know if I'm ever going to grow up with stretch marks. It's probably going to happen, but, you know, I'm still a little bit young. And I love those plucky strings on the pre-chorus, really blending nicely with her angelic vocals, powerhouse voice. Oh! Ooh! The way she just sang Flaws right there. Like, it really, like, surprised me. Those haunting vocals right there. Gives you chills. Need 2,000. That's what. No, I'm kidding. Let's get ugly. Isn't that a Jason Derulo song? I feel like it is. Oh, fuck yeah, Ella. You show off them damn vocals. Okay, so that was Ugly, and that one had a little bit of energy going on with it. Ella's just showing off those vocals, especially towards the end, and I kind of like how minimalistic the production is so that we focus on those vocals. The production itself is pretty creative with the plucky violins and the sort of like really like intense pop beat. Again, it's a pretty straightforward song. She's singing about how sometimes she worries about her appearance or some of the things that people want her to dress in, but she is just gonna be herself and just accept those imperfections because that's what makes her Ella Henderson. Not too complex in the lyrical department. I do like the production, I do like the sound, but yeah, this one is just a pretty fine song. Track number 4, Let's Go Home Together with Tom Grennan. This seemed to have been the really big hit single in the UK that really like climbed up the charts, so I'm intrigued to see what it's gonna sound like. Frankly, my dear, I don't give a damn. It's another song kind of like accepting imperfections, which really seems to be a big theme in the album. Ah, the addition of the piano is a welcoming element. I kind of like Tom Grennan's voice here. It's really rough, and I like how it's straining a little bit. He has a nice singing voice. And the way their vocals blend actually sounds wonderful. So I can see how this became a hit. And this percussion I kind of like a lot too. Oh, we bringing in some fucking horns now. Let's go. And they're just really letting loose right now. Okay, so that was Let's Go Home Together, and that one I will say is very interesting. It's about these two people at a bar getting drunk together, and they seem to like notice that they have some insecurities and, you know, aren't the most perfect of people. But fuck it, let's go home together and like let's spend the night and let's see where this relationship takes us. Honestly, there is a little bit of fun to find in this song where Tom and Ella don't seem to be too compatible, but they're gonna take a chance and just see where the adventure takes them. And the production is pretty creative. I kind of like the acoustic guitar, the way the track relies on it. The piano is a surprising addition. You can almost picture them sort of playing these instruments inside the bar. It just has an overall good framing, you know? It's like a sort of a bar chant, if you will. Everyone's singing along as they're holding up their mugs and rejoicing in Tom and Ella's union as they take this chaotic romance to the next level. I think that's a pretty fun one, and honestly, it's a pretty good highlight for the record so far. I can see why this became huge. Track number 5, Brave. This song I already did a short reaction to on TikTok before. You guys can check that out if you want to, but I'm gonna be doing it again since, you know, it's within the context of the album. I really just love how uplifting her voice can be for this kind of song. Like, it's like she's actually taking me to church with the singing choir and everything. Ooh, I'm blinded by the lights. I set fire to the rain. And I kind of like this calming piano right there. Okay, so that was Brave, and honestly, it still sounds pretty nice. I've already given all of my thoughts in it, and you guys can check out the video again if you want to. But yeah, it's a typical uplifting anthem where she tries to lift your spirits with her beautiful voice. It is very beautiful. I don't have much to say about it, so we can just move on from here. Track number 6, Out My Head. We got a bit of a jerk boyfriend on our hands. Ooh, love those vocals right there. Beautiful. Boy, I love those low piano keys right there. Oh, this acoustic guitar paired with her voice. Like, they just doing all the lifting and it sounds great. Oh, oh, yo, the way she just fucking elevated her voice right there. Love it. I think we're hearing some electric guitars coming in now. I welcome them. Yeah, in hindsight, it's just unbelievable how fast a relationship can turn south. Oh, and now we just really blended them vocals now. Okay, so Out My Head. I really like that one. That one was out of this world. You can really sense that Ella is really sort of rejoicing in the fact that she sort of broke away from this terrible boyfriend, and now she just wants to focus on herself and do the things that she wants to do now that he's like out of the picture. I can really sense that on the chorus. You can really tell that like it really resembles her cheer now that she's like free. The acoustic guitar sounds really nice, and I just love the backing vocals and the way she just sort of plays with her voice at certain moments. It sounds wonderful. I think that might be my favorite song in the album so far. I think that it could chart very high on my list when I do my final rankings. Track number 7, Thank You for the Hell. I really sort of like the reflective energy going on here. It's nice. It's really relaxing. Is this the same guy she was talking about on the other track? I kind of like that low register piano. It really adds some sentiment to the music. Just sounds like a really nice voice. Okay, so that was Thank You for the Hell. That one, you know, I don't think I have a lot to say about. The production is fine. The nice little acoustic guitar with the piano is, you know, it's easy on the ears. And she's singing about how she thanks her jerk ex-boyfriend for, you know, putting her through so much because she's sort of grown stronger through all the chaos. But honestly, that's not really a track that I have much to comment on. It's whatever sort of tune, so we can just move on. Track number 8, Sorry That I Miss You. This piano is very nice. I kind of like it. She has the fear of loneliness, you know, despite all the turmoil she's been through. I kind of like how the vocals become more powerful towards the second half of the chorus. I just feel like that somewhere. I gotta say, like, that lyric really strikes a chord with me. Sometimes I just feel so angry that, you know, I just want to, like, go into, like, a fight. Oh! And we added some more backup vocals now. I did not expect that. Oh, I love what they're doing with the vocals here. It sounds beautiful. Okay, so that was Sorry That I Miss You, and yeah, that one sounds wonderful, I gotta say. This seems to be switching up the lyrical content in a way, because now she's reflecting on her own unwise decisions and how she was pushing others away, and how sometimes she feels like she needs like to fight with someone and sort of like really like curse them out and like push them away, but at the end of the day, she feels like she actually needs someone because, you know, she would just feel lonely without them. This is probably like one of the big negative emotions that she's sort of like talking about or talked about in the opening track, emotions. And I think she's really deciding to elaborate on it at this point in the album, which I think is pretty clever. The song made a lot of unexpected choices that I was not prepared for, like how they add on more layered vocals and how they really play with her voice towards the end. The piano sounds incredible, I gotta say. They really mixed it well. This is another song that I think really stuck with me, and I am glad that I was able to listen to it. Track number 9, Everything I Didn't Say. Looky there, it's the title track. Let's see how this goes. I love this slow, meandering piano right here. It really like lets it sit with you. Aw, don't be so hard on yourself, Ella. Come on. And, fittingly, the violins are not coming in. They're being brought out. Ooh! Love those high pitches from the piano. They sound wonderful. You have no idea how many times I found myself in that position. It's excruciating. Yeah, this is a very, very sentimental ballad right here, and I can really sense the sadness she's projecting. Yeah, like open those feelings up. Let your lover know that you want to be the best you can be. Okay, so that was Everything I Didn't Say, and that I would say was a pretty nice ballad. I love how timid the piano is and how the violins just come right in, just very subtly. And once again, we see Ella sort of reflecting on some of the mistakes that she may have made in an interpersonal relationship. This time, it's sort of like admitting that she hasn't really expressed her true feelings for her loved one enough, and she really wants to make up for that. She understands that if she just opened up a little bit more and just really like showed a little bit more vulnerability, it would really like strengthen the relationship. And I kind of like that self-awareness that she's sort of like showcasing within the tune. I really do enjoy this one, and again, I think it's another highlight on the record. Track number 10, Bad News. Oh, it's kind of like what you said in the first track. You're like, I want to take control of my emotions, and now you're putting it into action. Ooh, I love this beat right here. Like, it really just has the power to really like impact the listener. Oh, the electric guitar. I'm fucking digging it. Yeah, there you fucking go. Like, I ain't thinking about you. You moving on to someone else who's gonna fall for your bullshit. Good luck coping with that one. Okay, we got the choir coming in now. I like it. Holding it, holding it, holding it. Like, see, those are the kind of men I really vibe with. Okay, so that was Bad News, and yeah, I had fun with that one. It's another breakup song where Ella Henderson is really having the time of her life because now she's just overjoyed with how much she's free from this piece of shit. We also get a little more insight into what this boyfriend was possibly like because he turned out to be a cheater, and now she is just like, you know what? Screw you. I don't have to deal with you anymore. I kind of also like how she touches a little bit on her familial relationships with like how her mom, dad, and brothers were all like, you know, no, this guy, he ain't gonna treat you right. He's not the one. You need to break it off. She tried to deny it, but eventually things escalated to a point where she realized that this guy was a toxic influence on her, and she had to just be like, sayonara. It has a very good energy to it, you know, it just really puts you in the right spirit. And that's reflected in the production as well, with how the guitar, the electric guitar comes in eventually towards the end of the chorus, like really elevates it, takes it to a new level. It's a really happy song, you know, I really do feel happy when listening to it, and again, it's another highlight. Track number 11, Cry On Me, featuring Mickey Echo. Okay, we seem to have another piano ballad in our midst. It's sort of like a nice little visual right there. Reminds me of Falling by Harry Styles. Ooh. I just love how the chorus starts and her voice just sounds that way. You know, it really gives you that sense of power. Just love how she controls her voice there. That's a nice line right there. Our lives don't have to be perfect. We just have to make it workable. Ooh, I kind of like how the piano keys sort of descend on like the pre-chorus. And we have the drums just coming in and like really like hitting us with some emotion. Ooh, just really like giving us the power vocals now. Alright, so that was Cry On Me, and, you know, it was a pretty nice piano ballad. Mickey Echo is out here trying to strike lightning in a bottle again after the success of Stay, which was about 9 years ago. I do like the song's message about two lovers wanting to get vulnerable with each other and how they make it, you know, okay to, like, cry in front of one another. They have a lot of struggles in the romance, but as long as they just really put in effort and try to be the best they can be, then it could all be worth it. Not too hard to understand, it's pretty nice, so we can just move on from here. Track number 12, Good Things Take Time. Drowned out vocals, okay. Yeah, we telling off this fucking loser again, the ex. Oh, this kind of has a nice little groove to it. I like it. Ooh, we had a nice little drop right there. And now I'm sort of grooving. Oh, I like that. I'm the somebody to care for me. You know, I'm thinking about myself now. This song is definitely gonna get a shit ton of remixes. Okay, so that was Good Things Take Time, and yeah, that one was a very groovy sort of tune. It definitely relies on a more techno type of sound, and it really is this type of song that really wants to make you get up and dance. It's another song where she's sort of reflecting on how badly this guy treated her, and now that she's broken free, she's gonna live life to the fullest and really think about herself, her own mental health. They're themes that we've kind of visited on the album already, and I don't think I have much to say about them at this point. Very fun little beat, and I honestly wouldn't mind dancing to it at the club. Track number 13, Northern Lights. Kind of got some acoustic guitars going on. She's like, the record label made me. Ooh! The blending of the vocals, like the way they just harmonize with one another. Beautiful. Yeah, I'm sure everyone across the globe has had enough of lockdown, including the people in America. Hitting that falsetto like a champion. I actually kind of like that description. It really fits with the sound that she's performing. Okay, so that was Northern Lights. That one I kind of liked a bit. I kind of like how she's describing her partner as the Northern Lights. Like, he's so beautiful and so captivating, and he really puts me at ease whenever I'm with him or when I'm interacting with him. And the production, the way that everything comes together also reflects that emotion. The relaxing acoustic guitar and the harmonizing vocals on the chorus, they just really put you at ease. Am I the only one who kind of gets a bit of a country vibe from this song? Some of the images she uses are talking about hometown and driving in the car with your hair in the breeze and just have the windows down. I don't know, I kind of get Mary Morris vibes from this song in some way. But yeah, it's a pretty nice song, and it really has that relaxing energy, and I think it's really good. Track number 14, Set in Stone. Ooh. Kind of like the high-pitched piano and the guitar together. See, it's another relaxing sort of song. I kind of like that. It's I want to laugh so hard at all the jokes you tell, because I think you're that funny. I like that, even if we sort of grow apart, we still have a lot of great, beautiful memories to live by. Harmonizing vocals, never can get enough of them. That sounds like a really ugly situation, to have your best friend do something so awful to you, and then your man comforts you, that's a real trooper there. Okay, so that was Set in Stone, and that one was a pretty nice song right there. Singing about how even if you two grow apart from each other, and if your relationship falls apart, you still have these amazing memories to carry with you for the rest of your lives. That's a nice little song to sort of have on the record, and I can't fault her for that. Production-wise, it's not that interesting. It's just an acoustic guitar and a piano, a high-pitched piano, and really, I don't think I have that much to dig in with it, so, yeah, that's all I have to say. Track number 15, Body. It's kind of she wants to say something that's on her mind, but she's just kind of struggling because she has that anxiety still going. She has her sweetheart to sort of lift her up. Ooh, and we kind of have an intense little pop beat coming in right now. It just sounds so freaking joyous in its production. I gotta love it. It's kind of she can trust him to really make it through everything. Body, body. Kind of how she sort of takes it down a register or two. Okay, so that was Body, and yeah, that one was a very fun track. I kind of like how it's sort of edifying in a way, where she's singing about her lover and how she always feels super confident whenever she's with them, and how whenever they physically touch each other, it's almost like she can feel her spirit rising up and really taking form. That really shows in her vocal performance and in the production as well, with just how powerful everything feels. You can really sense that she's just being overfilled with so much joy and, self-esteem. It's another song that can put you in a really good mood, and that one I'm really going to enjoy revisiting. But now let's see how Ella Henderson is going to close out the album. Track number 16, Places. We got a lot of soul in this one. It's almost like we get a little bit of what we got on chapter 1. I like this low note piano. It's amazing. There's that powerful soul that I've been missing from Ella Henderson. Bring it to me, girl. I'm fucking ready for it. Oh, and I like that electric guitar that's sort of creeping in. I love that line. I had a heart of stone and you colored it golds. You know? It just makes you feel that special emotion that Ella is projecting onto this track. The backing vocals, yo, they put in a lot of effort. Oh, God. Just touching my heart, man. Okay, so that was Places, and yo, like, what a strong-ass song to close out the record. This is the Ella Henderson that can really give a lot of soul and R&B to her sound and just really show how fucking powerful those vocals are. This is another song where she's sort of like really celebrating just how much of a strong relationship she has with her lover and how they are gonna go places and they're gonna like really like live out in an adventure, essentially. You can really sense the happiness that is going on within Ella at the moment, and the production really shows that with the choir and the low register piano and the drumming. Like, it all comes together so well. She certainly ended the album on a high note, and I am in a wonderful spirit. And on that note, I think I'm gonna take a break. I'm gonna come back later once I've listened to the album a second time, and that's when I'll give you my final thoughts, so bear with me. Alright, I am back, I am better than ever, and I'm ready to give you my final thoughts on Ella Henderson's Everything I Didn't Say. It's been a real joy to explore Ella Henderson's discography. She's a singer who possesses a lot of soul in her voice, and leans towards making R&B songs. In a lot of ways, this album reminds me of Alessia Cara's In the Meantime. Much like Alessia, we see Ella dig deep into her mental health, and reflect on the journey that life has taken her on so far. Specifically, we see her coping with a serious breakup with her ex-partner, but it's inspiring to see her cleanse her life of all the toxicity that's been keeping her back. I also find it touching that she's able to receive a lot of support from her family and build up confidence about her body. With so many different topics addressed in the album, you can tell that she had a lot to deal with in that long hiatus. Then again, when you're a teenage girl who's suddenly thrust into the spotlight and made into an international superstar, the pressure can really mess with your head, and you feel like you need to take a breather. The lyrics aren't super heavy and intricate, but I can tell that they came from a place of authenticity. Now, in terms of sound, the shift in style can often drag the album a little. But even with that, Ella's record infuses a lot of well-constructed pop beats. And she doesn't forget to add a little soul into the mix, and you know me, I love me my soulful white girls. This is all topped with some expertly placed horns, electric guitars, and layered vocals. Honestly, if she can't make it stateside, then I advise England to treat her right. I give Everything I Didn't Say a 7 out of 10. My favorite tracks on the album would have to be Places, Bad News, and Everything I Didn't Say. My least favorites would have to be Ugly, Thank You for the Hell, and Good Things Take Time. And that just about does it. Thank you guys so much for joining me on this album listen. I hope you had fun. If you want to follow me on social media, be sure to check out my Twitter, my Twitch, and my TikTok. The links are going to be in the description. And be sure to check me out on Patreon as well. You can give me some great support in return for some great rewards. But that's where we're going to wrap up. My name is Gabriel Jones, and the sun may be setting, but I hope you're able to soak up those drops. Take care.